The world under the sea was feeling a little bit gloomy. The coral reef, where Ollie the octopus lived, was usually a bustling, happy place, full of bright colors and laughing fish. But today everything seemed a little bit gray and a little bit sad. Ollie was a small octopus with a very big, curious heart. He looked at his friends, the slow-moving seahorse and the quiet little clownfish, and he felt a wish bubble up inside him. He wished he could make them smile. He wished he could make the whole reef happy again. Ollie had a wonderful, brilliant idea. He would throw a grand, magnificent dance party. Not just any dance party, but the most colorful dance party the ocean had ever seen. He imagined all his friends swirling and twirling to the music, surrounded by dazzling, beautiful colors. But as he looked around, his 8 arms wiggled with a new worry. Where were all the colors? The reef had lost its sparkle. To make his party perfect, he would need to find them. He would need to bring the colors back. Ollie decided his party needed 3 very special colors to start. He needed a regal, deep purple like a twilight sky under the waves. He needed a fresh, lively green, like the seaweed forest in the morning sun. And he needed a bright, cheerful orange full of fun and energy. And so, with a determined wiggle of his tentacles, Ollie set off on a grand adventure. He was going to find purple, green, and orange. Ollie's first quest was to find the color purple. He wondered where something so royal and deep could be hiding. He pushed himself off the sandy ocean floor and began his search. He swam past a big gray rock. He swam over a patch of white sand. He peeked behind a tall brown piece of coral. No purple. Ollie started to feel a little discouraged. But then he had a thought. He remembered something his mother had once told him. Sometimes the most beautiful things are hiding in the shadows. Ollie looked up towards a dark, rocky overhang on the edge of the reef. It looked a little spooky, but Ollie was brave. He swam closer, his big eyes peering into the dim light. And there, nestled in a quiet crevice, was exactly what he was looking for. It was a bed of magnificent sea anemones. They were a deep, velvety, wonderful purple. Their long arms swayed gently in the current, a slow, beautiful dance all their own. Ollie felt a jolt of happiness. He had found the first color. This perfect purple would be just right for the dance party. Next, Ollie needed to find the color green. He thought about where green might like to live. Green felt fresh and cool and calm. He swam away from the purple anemones and towards the part of the reef where the sunlight filtered down from the world above, creating long, shimmering beams of light. He saw a big, murky patch ahead. It was the entrance to the great underwater kelp forest. The tall plants looked a little tangled and dark from far away. As Ollie swam into the forest, he noticed one of the long kelp plants looked different from the others. It wasn't standing tall and straight. It was drooping down, looking very, very sad. Ollie swam closer. This piece of kelp was a beautiful, rich green color, but it was tangled up in an old fishing net that someone had dropped from a boat above. The net was heavy and made it impossible for the kelp to sway with its friends. Ollie felt a pang of empathy. He knew he had to help. Ollie used his 8 clever arms to carefully push and pull and wiggle the net. It was tricky work, but Ollie did not give up. He twisted and turned, gently loosening the ropes. Finally, with one last big tug, the net came free and floated down to the sandy bottom below. The long strand of kelp immediately sprang upright, swaying with joy and relief. It was a brilliant, vibrant, fresh green, shimmering in the sunbeam. The kelp seemed to be thanking Ollie, dancing a happy dance of freedom. Ollie felt proud. He had found his second color, and he had helped a friend. This lively green would bring so much joy to the party. Now there was just one color left to find. The color orange! Ollie was getting excited. He could almost hear the music of the party starting. Orange is such a happy, warm, playful color, he thought to himself. Where would the best orange be hiding? He decided to swim towards the warmest part of the reef, near a vent that let a little heat bubble up from the ocean floor. He swam over a field of pebbles looking for something bright. He saw a flash of movement. It was quick and darting. Ollie squinted his eyes. There, playing a game of hide-and-seek behind a clump of ordinary brown coral, was a large school of tiny fish. But these were not just any fish. They were the most spectacular fish Ollie had ever seen. Each and every one of them was a blazing, bright, spectacular orange. They zipped and darted through the water like living flames, full of energy and fun. They weren't lost or sad, they were just waiting for someone to come and play. Ollie twirled with delight. He had found the final color. This cheerful orange was perfect for his dance party. Ollie swam back to the center of the reef as fast as his 8 arms could carry him. He had everything he needed. He had the deep, swirling purple from the anemones. He had the fresh, lively green from the grateful kelp. And he had the bright, cheerful orange from the playful fish. He called out to all his friends, not with words, but with a happy, colorful dance of his own. He swirled his arms, mixing the colors in the water around him, creating a magnificent, brilliant display. The seahorse saw the beautiful colors and began to sway. The clownfish saw the joyful dance and did a little flip. The purple anemones waved their arms. The green kelp swayed in rhythm. The orange fish darted and zipped, adding sparkle to the scene. One by one, every creature on the reef joined in. The gloomy gray feeling was gone, washed away by a tidal wave of purple, green, and orange. The ocean was filled with swirling, happy colors and the silent, joyful music of dancing friends. Ollie looked around at everyone laughing and dancing. His heart felt so full. He had done it. He had used his curiosity to find the colors and his kindness to bring everyone together. The reef was more beautiful and happy than ever before. And Ollie knew that this was only the beginning of his adventures. What would they celebrate next? Perhaps a birthday party for a whale, and they would need to find a very special, gigantic present. But for now, it was time to dance. Moral: spreading joy to your community through kindness and perseverance makes the world a more beautiful place for everyone.